The brainwashing of Black people by Democrats. What's up, everybody? I'm Quisha, and today I wanted to talk about brainwashing and how this has been done by the Democrat Party. We always hear this saying by Maya Angelou: when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. We hear that, right? We know that saying, we quote it all the time. But this Democrat Party has been showing us who they are for centuries, literally since America has been established. They gave us slavery, KKK, Jim Crow, voted against every single Civil Rights Act bill in history. And the last one, the 1964 Civil Rights Act, yes, it was signed by a Democrat president, but the party overwhelmingly voted against it. And so we've been told flat out that these people don't like us, they don't care about us, they will lie, kill you, steal, do all kinds of atrocious things. And we have become so loyal to a party and to a concept that it makes me wonder what in the world is wrong with us. What more do they have to do to prove to you that they don't care about you? Now, this thing has really been on my mind, especially for Christians and, Christians that are Black, because they have taken something that is so sacred to us, life, innocent life, and the biblical sexual ethic, and run on those platforms. That is literally two of the main things that they run on, and they push it. They drive that thing home. Baby, they drive it home.
The idea that an 8-year-old child or a 10-year-old child decides, I decided I want to be transgender. That's what I think I'd like to be. It may make my life a lot easier. There should be zero discrimination.
And even though it goes against something that is so personal to us, like our faith, we vote for them because they have a D by their name. Now, I just am struggling to understand the loyalty, the cult-like loyalty, the brainwashed loyalty that we have with this party. I mean, what more do they have to do to tell you that they don't like you? What more? Oh, I know. Because they tell you that they're gonna do stuff for you around, election time, and they say that, they're for equality and, equity, all that foolishness. But when the rubber hits the road, you don't see them doing anything. You don't see them doing anything for Black folks. I mean, Kamala has come out and said, no, I'm not gonna do anything for Black people, period. I mean, she said that. Don't believe me? Watch this.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit Black people. No.
And, that's not the only thing. Here are several pieces where we hear them downright being disrespectful, racist to Black people, and it's not a problem.
Senator Barack Obama, recorded by a reporter for the New York Observer.
You got the first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean and nice looking guy. That's a storybook, man.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't Black.
Help me understand why when they say these things and they do these things, it's not a problem for you. You should be asking yourself these questions. How come they can say this and I am okay with it? You should literally try, for the love of all things holy, try for a second and distance your loyalty from the Democrat Party and your emotional tie, your stronghold tie to these people and ask yourself, why would you let someone treat you that way and still be loyal to them? I really want you to do this. I don't care if you have to make a pros and a con sheet, and you got, okay, ask yourself this question. Why am I still loyal to these people? You should really be, with everything going on, you should really be asking yourself, what am I gaining from this? They want to promote killing my children. They want to push a anti-biblical sexual ethic. They are racist. They don't even think you know how to get online to find where a COVID vaccine site is.
A lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination at the wall.
They don't even believe that you know how to get a voter ID. Not a voter ID. They don't even believe that you know how to get an ID. Who do you know that doesn't know that can't get an ID? I mean, I have elderly people in my family and they have ID. Most elderly people do, because certainly if you live on a fixed income, you know how to get ID. Or you have a family member who can help you, help you get around. I mean, even you have to get ID to do anything. But they will tell you that we can't pass certain laws because it's racist, because you don't know how to get an ID. That should insult you. I mean, we are so brainwashed by these people, we don't even realize when we're being insulted. We don't even know. You don't even pick up when somebody is pissing on you and telling you that it's raining. We're like, oh yeah, that's rain. Yeah, that's rain. Everybody else can see that it's piss, but we're like, no, that's rain. It's rain, everybody. I mean, what? We let race. That is why when God told me that my skin color had become an idol, and he lifted off those blinders, and those chains, those mental chains, that spiritual stronghold had been lifted off of me. It was so revelatory and so transformational, because when you start seeing everything through your skin color, you can't see anything. You let these people sell pain, black pain, to you for nothing. And they are the ones who have created the pain. Now, you even have a Democrat, O'Connor, who would get on Facebook and write a post and call a black senator an Oreo. Now, if y'all don't know what that is, that means black on the outside, white on the inside. Because he doesn't fit, what the Democrats would, he's an uppity Negro. Remember, he's one of them. He's gone off. He's gone off the rails. He's not supposed to be over there. He's not supposed to be free. Where is the outrage by these other people? Where is it? Where's the outrage from black folks? Black Democrats? I mean, this is a legitimate insult. And because it comes from a Democrat, you're cool with it. You should really be asking yourself some hard questions. You really should be questioning why you're okay with someone being disrespectful and being blatantly racist right in front of you. But when it comes from a Democrat, you're cool with it. That tells you something is not right. Remember when Chelsea Handler said this?
And I had to remind him that he was a black person So he can't vote for Donald Trump, and that he shouldn't be influencing an entire swath of people who may listen to him because he's worried about his own personal pocketbook.
You know, so she told 50 Cent that she had to get him back in line because, you know, he remind him that he was black because, you know, a black person is not supposed to be influencing other black people to think for themselves. We shouldn't be making choices that would benefit us, you know, because, you know, you're black. But think about this. She's telling a black person that they should not be influencing other people or making a decision for themselves, but she has the right to go in there and tell 50 Cent what to do. That's not crazy? Now Kamala goes on here and she says that, you know, disparities here, disparities there, black people are behind here, black people are behind there. And then in the very next breath, oh, I'm not gonna do anything just for black people. No.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
They got 49 million for Asian Americans already. Cause you know, hashtag stop Asian hate, right? They got 31 billion for Native people in the coronavirus stimulus package, American Rescue Plan. You know that American Rescue Plan, you ain't in it, okay? They got $2.1 billion for undocumented workers, so non-Americans. So let me get this straight. Your ancestors' blood was shed on this land, and you are a rightful owner of America. And the Biden administration that you voted for decided to give $2.1 billion to people whose ancestors did not shed blood on this land, who have not gone through slavery, KKK, Jim Crow, black codes, none of it. They have no rightful connection, no rightful ownership to anything in this country, and they're getting $2.1 billion. Really? But you, hashtag Chucks and Pearls, Oak Blue no matter who. Trump wanted to give $500 billion specifically to black people, but you didn't want that because they got you they push the racism button. That's all they have to do. They push the racism button and they just control you like little puppets. You do whatever they want you to do when they push the racism button. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. They push the button and we go into just a psychotic cult-like, we do anything they want us to do. My God, if at all possible, separate yourself, emotionally separate yourself from the almighty Democrat Party for 1 second and objectively look at this stuff. If at all possible, if there is any of you left inside of this shell of a person, it's almost like Get Out, where they have taken over your brain and you're hypnotized and you're just going along with everything that they say. Try to claw your way back to reality for 1 second and realize that these people are literally telling you they're not going to do anything. They're telling you it's a disparity, all these disparities, but at the same time, but we're not going to do anything for black people. She's Chelsea Handler. She's telling you, we got, you know, I had to remind 50 Cent that he can't, you know, tell black people this, but she can tell him. She can tell him what to do. Y'all, Jesus have mercy. Try, if there is anything left inside of you, try for a moment to emotionally take the emotion out of it. Take your loyalty to this party out of it. Take your loyalty to blackness out of it. Your skin color cannot be an idol in your life. You will be blinded by it. Skin color is a made-up thing. It is not real. Your soul has no color. The devil cares not what you look like. He is after a colorless soul. Take a moment to think about what these people are selling to you before it's too late. We go along with anything. We kill our children. Do you understand? We kill our children to vote Democrat. We kill our children because we think that they're for us. Because racism. You've sold, let me see how I can. You've traded killing your children for equity. You've traded killing you have exchanged killing your children for some notion of equality that you already have. The government can't give that to you. It is a right that is given to you by God. They sell you something that you already own. Do you understand what is happening? This country is being sold to China. But racism, if that doesn't move your heart, if that doesn't make something in your mind clear, you really need to question your relationship with God. Because when you hear stuff, like, it's one thing if you've never heard it, but when you hear something like this, you should never be that loyal to something, especially a political party, to where you will sacrifice your child, your children, your grandbabies, just because somebody has a D by the side of their name. The devil is not playing, and he has no chill. He is going for everything, and it just so happens that he's using these people to push something on Americans. And it's soon gonna be the world. But at least we have a place where we can criticize our government and say, no, we don't want that. You know, we have a place, but we don't want to, you know, we don't want to do that. All they have to do is tell you that some boogeyman is coming to get you, and you will literally do whatever they want you to do. There is no free thinking.
Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put y'all back in chains.
There is no critical thought. There is no objective reality to say, what is actually going on here? No. Whatever they put in front of you, it's propaganda. It is literal propaganda. Whatever they put in front of you, they push it and they push it and they push it. They force it down your throat, and you will swallow it. There's no pushback. I pray that God removes the scales from our eyes so we can see God, Lord. We can see what is really happening. And we are no longer fooled by this foolishness. This is a spiritual battle. And yes, the enemy will use people just like God uses people to accomplish his goal. You better wake up and realize what is going on. You all be blessed.